So you'll have to accept that so that we can begin. All right, let's begin with the salute. People are still checking, getting their recording set. I'll let you do that. Okay. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to our class today. Today is going to be a really enjoyable class because we get to review some things that you've been working on and check how you're feeling about them. You'll notice I have a little more decoration on. I had even more before, but decided I would cause a little bit of too much craziness in your mind if I had too many stripes going in different directions. So just to remind you, this is showing my right arm, this band over here. This band down here, it's just a green strip, is showing my right leg. So you'll be able to help keep my rights and lefts. I've got a green band across just below my navel. Now this is on the belt I wear to hold my microphone. The belt sometimes does shift a little during class, so that you might see that shift, but it's meant to be going horizontally across. And you also see horizontally across up at the top of my chest here at my scapular area. And this is so when we practice bow steps today and we practice turning our hips for many of our different moves and our chest, you'll be able to see what direction it's going in. And I'm hoping that will help you as well. All right. So we're going to warm up. We're going to warm up with a few of our joint movements, but I'm going to encourage you from now on to do a little bit of joint warm up before class so that our warm ups can vary and we can do some things that help us get ready for class. All right. So first we're going to start, let's start with our feet shoulder width apart. We'll just do a few like this. Then we're going to go into bow steps. And I apologize if these are not exactly perfect, these lines, but for right now, we'll use them. Okay. So remember, I can relax my body so it's hanging down and my head is lifting up as if a string is pulling it up. Maybe you feel like you have some books on your head and you're holding it up and the rest of me is hanging down. I'm going to turn my head to the right and follow looking out across the horizon with my eyes and then come back to center. So I'm pairing my gaze with my head turn. I go to the left, look out to the horizon and come back center. All right. That shows that our neck can hold our head while our head moves independently from the rest of our body. Now we've got our shoulders. I'm going to start with one shoulder going back and down and the other going back and down. This is your left and this is your right. And so remember that in Tai Chi, we like to keep our shoulders down. And so if you find when you're doing Tai Chi, you lifting up that shoulder somehow, maybe you want to bring it back and down. So when I say back and down, this shoulder comes up and then it circles back and goes down. And that way the scapula goes right down, settles in there, okay? So let's do one more, left and down and right and down. And we'll come back to our shoulders later. Next is our middle. That's the center of our body that bridges the upper and lower. Remember that we have our spine going down our back like a big stick or a pole, and we have a spot in our lumbar spine that is called in Chinese culture the waist. And if we twist around it, now to do this, you have to bend your knees a little so you don't twist your knees, and you keep your hips stable, but the upper body is turning. Upper body's turning. You'll see your shoulders going side to side. Shoulders go side to side. This is turning our waist. If we let our arms swing, they'll swing with it. Swing with it. That's warming up that middle body. All right. Now let's turn to our hips. I'm going to bend a little bit so that my knees are nice and soft. I'm going to push my hips to the right and then back, come to the left and come forward. Again, to the right, back, left and forward. This is just to warm them up. Make sure our hips are nice and loose. Somebody was saying her hips get tight during class. You can always do this during class. Give yourself a pause. do it during class. Let's go to the left, left, circle, and forward. Again, left, back, side, and forward. All right. I'm going to bring my feet together. I'm going to bend a little bit. And at my knees, I'm going to do little tiny circles. And you see my ankles going? This is helping circle the ankles and the knees, but it's definitely making my ankles flexible here. Now go the other direction, just a little bit. All right. Now I'm going to do a little bit more with my ankle. I'm going to stand on my left foot. I can put it out to the side or forward, whatever's comfortable. I'm going to put my right toe forward, touching the ground. Now I put the heel on the ground. That flexes the foot. Point and flex. Point and flex. All right, bring that foot in, put it down, and notice how you can put all your weight then by shifting over to that foot. Pick up the left foot. Point, flex, point, flex. This is just to give our joints a chance to move a little bit before we move. Tai Chi is not like aerobic exercise, but it does require our joint movements. Let's check out our hands. If you remember, we can hold our hands. I see my palms. I'm going to bring my fingers forward and turn my palms so now I don't see them. And my fingers are still extended. Then I'm going to circle out. Palms go down, point down. My palms are towards me. They come up and I see them. They come up a little more, but now I'm going to rotate. Oh, actually, I'm sorry, I'm doing the whole arm. We're going to do the wrists. I'm going to rotate at the wrist and out. And then down, I bend the wrist. This is to get our wrists warm up. I was rushing ahead to rotation. And up, out, and down. All right, let's go the other way. Circling. The wrists are bending, and then they come down, and I keep my fingers extended. Remember that we do not in Tai Chi want to scratch anyone. We want to keep our Tai Chi hands really nice, okay? All right, let's do a little bit more in a bow step. So to get ourselves into a bow step, just remember I'm here on my double, we're gonna use these later, but I'm in my double lines for shoulder width. To get into my bow step, just like at the beginning of ward off left, I'm going to be a little bent, but I'm standing. I have soft knees, but I'm standing. I'm going to shift over, shift weight to the left, and I pivot on this right foot 45 degrees. This is your left foot. I move my weight and bend. So now I'm here bent. I'm going to have all my weight on this back foot, and I pick up my foot. I put the heel down, and I move heel, ball, toe is down, and now I bend the knee. And now I'm in the bow step. My body is angled. My hips and my torso are angled to the corner. But what I can do is I can still twist around that waist point and make my torso move. So let's see if we can do that. We keep our hips where they are, but we turn our torso more so it's more straight. And then I turn it back. And then I turn. And you see this line changing directions. My hips are stable. My hips are stable. All right, come back so that your torso is to the corner. And now let's do our head. I'm looking to my corner, but I'm going to turn. See how now I'm looking straight ahead because I've turned. And now I turn back and look at my corner. Follow with your eyes. Gaze across. And come back. And one more time, look and turn. Follow with your eyes out on the horizon and come back. So we can move the different parts of our body. Okay, relax. If you need to shake it out after something like that, let's go put the other leg back and one leg forward. Go into a bow step from here. Just find your bow step. Remember this knee, the front knee is out over the direction of the foot. And the back foot is at 45 degrees. My body is at the corner. I'm going to twist at the waist, The middle body, you're going to see the torso change, but the hips don't change. Torso. Torso. One more, torso. All right. Now I'm looking at my corner. I'm going to turn my head without the rest of my body turning. There I go. I look. Follow with your gaze. Follow with your gaze. You're looking out over the horizon just in case there's an opponent there coming out. All right. And relax. And again, if you need to step it out. Okay. So we have got grasp the bird's tail. And we are going to start from the beginning and do everything we've done so that we can do our Tai Chi together. And then we will check out what moves need some help and where your questions are. We also have last week's move of push we'll check in on to make sure, okay? For this, my back will be to you because we're going to go in the same direction. I will start by calling out all the moves for you, all right? All right, let me see. I kind of lost my attachment here. Let's see if I can get this. All right, we are going to go into prepare. Remember that for prepare, we are upright. Our knees are not locked. They're naturally bent. My head is up, just like we were talking before. My hands are at my side. Think about that middle finger really touching the seam of your pants and pulling it down because the lower body hangs down, the head is up, your body suspends down. Now I've got my shoulders down. When we do our Tai Chi, shoulders and elbows will be down. I point my hips, I imagine them pointing downward so that the best I can, this lower back area where the waist is gets relaxed. All right. This is prepare. Opening. Rotate from the shoulder, your palms face your body, and you lift up smoothly till you get to shoulder level. Now we're going to come down as if pressing through water, elbows first, forearms, fingers. When you get almost to the bottom, your fingers point straight ahead. You're still up. Left ward off, shift a little left, turn your whole body 45 degrees. Move your weight to the right leg and bend. Now circle your arms, pick up your left leg, touch with the heel as your arms close, move forward, turn upper body, left arm points to 3 o'clock, right arm pushes down. That's left ward off, right ward off. Shift to the right, turn 45 degrees with your foot. Now shift your body weight to the left, grab with the left hand and point the right fingers down. Your body's open. Put your weight on that left leg. Bring that right foot in a little close. Step with the heel. Move forward into a bow step onto the bubbling well. Your right arm circles in front of you. The elbow is in line with the knee, and the left fingertips are lower than the right forearm, but pointing to the forearm. Roll back. Turn, rotating arms to the corner. Now shift back, come across with your arms. You're actually following it with your gaze. That's roll back. Press. Circle in with the right arm. Rotate it. Left palm on right forearm close to your body. Push with the back leg into the front as you expand forward with your arms. Push. Turn your body square to 3 o'clock and extend your arms, palms down. Shift back, coming back with your arms. You get close and you go over a ball and drop your wrists, fingers up. Push with the back leg, coming up with the arms and out. And when you finish, your arms are a little below shoulder level and your fingers are above. And you're in a bow step. All right. How about we do that one more time? Then we're going to check in with each other, okay? We're going to go a little more smoothly. I'll give you still some of the cues. Prepare. Remember that you're in your up position. Opening, rotate, lift. And come down. breathe. Don't forget to just breathe naturally. Left ward off. Shift, turn, move, bend, circle, close, step with the heel, move forward, lift left arm to 3 o'clock, right ward off, coming across, grab, your arms are open, weights on the left leg. You lift up that right foot, step out as you close, move forward into the bubbling well, roll back. As you turn that upper body, you rotate your arms and your right palms out, left forward to you. Come across. Shifting back. Press, circle in, expand forward. Push, square, coming back, get close to that ball, drop the hands, and then the hands come up a little bit and push forward, and you're in a bow step. All right, that's what we've done so far. That is grasp the bird's tail. Okay, let's just check in. I want to also see who's here. How's everybody doing? How's everybody doing today? Okay, good. All right. So let me have a chance to hear from you which moves or which parts of moves you feel like you could use some help with. And we've got time here. I've got some ideas of what we're going to do, but I want to make sure I hear from you if there are things you'd like. So let me give a chance. You'll have to unmute if you want to say something. Okay. Is there anybody who doesn't feel too shy?
Hey, Judy.
Yes.
Could you, facing us, could you walk through the foot transition of going from left ward off to right ward off, just the foot transition?
Sure. Okay. That's Dave,
Thanks.
right?
Yeah.
Who said that? Yeah. Okay. Sure. That's a great question. All right. I'm going to face you. And that's, you absolutely can tell me which direction would be best for that. And we will do some of this work that puts us forward. So if I'm in left ward off, Dave, I'm going to start this way so that I turn towards you. So I'll do it this way first. And if you need me to shift again, I will. When I'm in left ward off, I'm in a left bow step. Just to show people where I am, I would be turned like this. This is my left ward off. Dave wants to know the transition into right ward off. So I'm shifting towards the right. It puts me more to my back leg. I shift back. What that does is it frees up my left foot so I can pivot on the heel, and it goes to the corner, which is the 430 corner. Then I shift my weight back to this left leg, which frees up this front leg. See how I pivoted on the ball? I can now pick it up. This is the way I can pick it up. See, I'm free to pick it up, and I step out into my right bow step. That's the footwork. So Dave, you were asking about the transition, which I assume you were talking about this left foot. I shift back because I cannot pivot on a heel if I have my full weight on. See, I have my 60% here. I can't move my foot. I have to get rid of that weight by shifting back. And it's this rightward direction. I shift back. I just pivot that heel and it goes to the corner. That answer your question, Dave? Let's see. Maybe I'll be able to.
Thank you.
Okay, good. Great. Thank you. All right. Anything else right away before we dive into some additional practice? Yes, go ahead, Elizabeth. You'll have to unmute. Elizabeth, if you're saying something, you'll have to unmute. Well, I don't know. I think she's saying something. Elizabeth Knopf, are you saying something? You have to unmute. You can press your space bar, or you can unmute.
There we go.
There you go. Okay.
There we go. Okay, so I'm okay with the footwork right now, but it seems like the upper body, I'm having trouble with the upper body moving from, corner to corner kind of thing.
Okay. And is that across a lot of the moves?
Pardon?
Would you say that is across a lot of the moves, the upper body? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. That's great. Anybody else noticing upper body requires a lot of attention, especially if you've been putting attention into your footwork. So let's go through, and this is actually leading into what we're going to do. We're going to go through these movements and each time focus on a different element to put your attention to. Okay, and this is part of a practice that you could call observe and adjust or observe and correct, meaning you're trying to observe something in particular about how you're doing the move, and then you want to adjust it so that it's more correct. All right. So I'll tell you what we're going to do. We'll do the whole thing, and then we're going to start from left ward off and go into right, because that'll show us a little bit more, be more visible. All right. But I'm going to talk you through some of the turns, and then Elizabeth, if there's a particular one you need some help with, we'll do that. Okay. So let's start from here. Okay. Let's start where you have your hands here. First, I'll go in the same direction as you, then I'll come front. So start at the end of opening. So we're really going to focus on the upper body. So when I shift left, my upper body is still at 12. Now, when I open my body, everything turns to 130. Everything together, hips and upper body. Now I'm going to, when I move and I bend, my torso actually, as I step, goes back towards 12 o'clock. That's kind of hard. We haven't talked too much about it. But now, as I move forward, my torso really turns. That's that flexibility of the middle body. My torso is actually a little past 130. All right. Now we'll go on to right ward off. Okay, we're going to shift back. When we turn, our torso starts to turn because our body's coming, arms coming across. When I come back, I'm moving back towards that corner. When I close my arms and step, my torso's at my 130 corner and it stays there. A little bit of adjustment maybe, but it's mostly open. Okay, I'm going to face you for this so that if you want to see, you'll be able to see. My torso is at the corner. Let's see what happens when we do roll back. My hips stay stable. Upper body, can I twist? My arms go to the corner, but what happens is my torso is facing straight ahead. If you are trying to get your whole torso to the corner, that would be very hard. You'd end up twisting your body too much. So again, when I'm in right ward off, I turn that upper body, my torso goes from the corner to straight. Now I'm going to shift back. As I shift and come across with my arms, you notice how my arms get to the corner, so does my torso. It might even go a little past the corner, but it's no longer straight. I'm going to do press. I circle in. I'm still turned. I still have my torso somewhat turned. When I move forward, I don't change the direction of my torso. All right. Now my torso is still open towards that corner. I'm going to turn my body so my torso is straight, square front of me. And it will stay there throughout push. Torso stays there. And now the torso is still there. All right. So we've gone from corner to corner. Now, if you're having trouble simply managing the turn, don't worry about making it too big. Maybe you're not ready yet. You know, we all come in with different flexibility. I was very unflexible, still not great all the time. Maybe you don't turn so well. If you keep your lower body stable, just maybe you turn a little bit, and that would be okay, a little bit. So Elizabeth, is the problem knowing where to put your torso or getting it to move? Those are two different things that you could
It's
have.
knowing where to put it.
Where to put it,
So
okay.
I think when you mentioned the clock, 1:30, 12:30, 1:30, that helped me.
Okay.
That did help me.
Okay, I'll keep using the clock. Good, thank you. Okay, all right. So that was the torso turning throughout the whole form. You're going to be learning all these different directions. Those of you who've done the form quite a bit know that knowing where your torso is a big challenge in this, okay? All right, any other questions? Sure, any other questions that you want to bring forth? All right, what we're going to do is we're going to go through it again with an observe and correct or observe and adjust, and we're going to focus a little bit more on some of the timing issues, okay? The timing. Let me talk to you about timing, just to review that with you. When we have Tai Chi, we want our upper and lower body to really work together. We really want them to be coordinated. And that involves timing our moves so they come together. And so if I'm facing you, and I suppose I am in press, okay, I'm gonna go to push. So I'm in press, just to remind you, my body's open, okay? But I'm gonna turn my torso square. I'm going to come back. So my upper body comes back and my legs come back and I'm here. Now, a timing issue is I have to push forward with my legs and my arms have to be coordinated so they end at the same time. So as I come forward, I'm pushing, and when I hit the bubbling well, I want to be done. I want to be finished. I'm going to go this way and show you something that if I'm in press here and I go to push and I come back, if I am out of sync, lower and upper body, I might do this, right? My legs came first and then my arms, or I could be here and my arms could go first and then my legs come, but I'm out of sync. I want them to be timed together. And so with all the moves, there are certain timing issues. We also have the close step, which we're going to have quite a bit more of in the form. And so if I'm in left, I'm just going to do the from left ward off here. If I'm in left ward off, you could do this with me. If I'm in left ward off, I shift and come across. I have to shift back. And now here I am. I've got weight on that left leg. I've got to make it so that when I close my arms, see, my arms are open. When I close, I need to have this right foot ready to step with the heel. So this is the movement. I cannot do it if I don't have my weight over to the left and if I've shifted my body center comes over. So again, I'm in press. No, excuse me. I'm in left ward off. I come to right ward off. I shift back. That's what we were reviewing. Now I've got to get myself ready. I check, do I have my weight on my left leg? Have I body center here or am I still over here? Got to get my body over. I come together with my arms, pick up the foot, heel out, close. Now I have to move forward and manage my arms so I finish at the same point. That's the coordination issue. So let me check in with you, and then we're going to go through Grasp the Bird's Tail with that element in mind. Okay, questions about what I'm just saying here about this coordination? Any questions? How's it sounding to you? Let's see from people. Thumbs up, thumbs down. Okay, we've got everything from enthusiastic to iffy to, okay, so just keep working on it, okay? Half of this is getting into your mind what your intention is, even if your body's not quite there yet, all right? So let's do it again from here. So at the end of opening, grasp the bird's tail with emphasis on the timing. We shift, we turn and open, we move and bend. Okay, from here, let's just pay attention. Is your weight enough on your right leg? Is your left heel off the floor? All right, we're going to circle the arms, pick up that left leg, arms closed, step with the heel. Now move forward slowly as you pull the right arm over the left and finish. Okay, let's do right ward off. Shift and turn. Now, when you shift back, you grab. Your arms are open. Let's get ready. Make sure your weight's heavy on the left. You're going to pick up that right foot, close your arms, step, move forward, and finish. Okay, let's do roll back. Remember, upper body turns, lower body stable. We turn and rotate our arms, and they get to the corner. Shift back, and when you get back there, your arms are at the other corner. That's your 130 corner. Press, circle in, and put your left palm on it. Now, the timing here is you push with the legs and expand with the arms and get to your final position. Push. Turn your body square so your arms are out. Now we're going to bring our arms back in time with our shift. We come back. Arms come close, go over the ball. Now you're back. You're going to push with the back foot into the front and the arms push forward and they end together. Okay? All right. So how is that? How is that? You want to just think about that. Think about the timing. Now, I will tell you, if you remember last week, I showed you push and I tried to show you the application. I didn't do a very good job. I have to tell you, it was very poor. The reason it was poor was because my lower body and upper body were out of sync and I wasn't using my lower body in time so that I lost my root. So there was an example where I had to work on my application timing, which is a little different than the form. Okay. All right. What we're going to do right now is we're going to go through Grasp the Bird's Tail, and we're going to do it with me giving you many fewer cues. All right. I'll still call the name and I'll give you a couple of cues, but let's see what you can do with yourself feeling that way and see what comes to mind that you see, oh, I know this or I need to work on this. And believe me, I know there are many parts of it that you probably still need help with if you're just learning. So let's start from the beginning, from prepare. Opening. Lifting up. And then coming down. Left ward off. Are you turned? Did you move and bend? Timing, close and step. And finish in left ward off. Right ward off. Are you coming across your body as you turn? Did you grab? Timing, close, step with the heel, and move forward. Roll back, upper body. Remember, do a nice rotation turn and follow with your eyes. Shifting back. Press, left palm on right forearm close to body. Timing, push, lower and upper body work together. Now push. Did you turn square? Come back. Go over that ball and forward. Okay? All right. I'm going to have you do it again. I'm going to watch and I'll call you out some help, okay? Do the best you can. Just looking to see where we might need some help and how things are going to work for you, okay? So get into prepare. Remember, that's your beginning position. Into prepare. Okay. Opening. Left ward off. Shift and turn. Move weight and bend. Circle. Close step. Left ward off. So you should be arm to 3 o'clock. Right ward off. Shift and come across with your arm and back. Now you're going to time it so you can close and step, and you should be finishing at 3 o'clock. Okay. Roll back. Nice rotation. And coming back. Did you shift? Okay, press. Okay, push. Turn your body square. You should be to 3 o'clock. Come back over that ball, and now legs and arms. All right, very good, very good. Holly, it looks like you have a friend wanting to do Tai Chi with you. There was a furry black thing in the screen all of a sudden. All right.
He's not helping.
Well, you know cats, wherever you are, they want to get in your way. Okay.
Especially at dinner time.
Yeah.
Judy,
Yes,
I have a
Marion.
question. When you do press, is your gaze and head looking straight at 3 o'clock, or is your head turned to the corner and your eyes are looking?
You are looking, when you press forward, you mean you've come forward? You're looking forward.
Okay.
Look forward, your body center, look forward, because you are pressing, you're getting someone out of your space there. And
Right.
so that is that part of your arm, that's where your opponent is. So you're looking out in that direction.
So the same thing with when you first start grasping the bird's tail and you turn and put your foot into it. Do you, when you turn your gaze from 12 o'clock and then turn it to the corner as you switch, or do you just keep looking at the corner at the 12 o'clock?
No, you do start forward. So Marion, let me explain here. Marion is asking, I need to be able to make sure I'm in view. Marion is asking about gaze. Now, gaze is one of the things we pay attention to, but if you're still trying to get your footwork and your body shape organized, gaze isn't quite the most important thing you're going to be paying attention to, but it's a chance for you to think about it. And so I'm going to be in the front here for left. I'm going to face you for left ward off. So I'm here. I'm looking forward. I shift, and then when I turn, my gaze follows my turn. I move forward to the knee, bend, and now I'm getting ready for my opponent who's in front of me. So as my torso is going to turn, which swings my arms up, and now I'm forward in my gaze, Marion. Then I move, and now I'm looking to the side because I've just warded off my opponent. So you're following, we follow the arm that's doing a lot of the energy. So I'll do that again with you. So everybody, we're here. We're going to do left, ward off. Shift, I'm looking forward. Turn, just follow that direction. Move your weight to the right, bend. Now, my middle turns, my arms circle, close step. My gaze is forward here. My body is more forward than it was in the corner. Then as I move forward, I turn my torso. Everything looks to the side. It will be your 3 o'clock in your correct direction. And my arm is up. That clarify it, Marion? That okay? You can give me a thumbs up if it did. Okay. All right. Great. Okay. All right. Okay. Well, as I've told you, grasp the bird's tail comes a lot in this form. We're going to have lots of time to continue to refine it, to work on it, and we'll be practicing it in each class because we'll begin from the beginning. But right now, let's shift our gears a little bit, and we're going to practice. We're going to talk about movement because as we move forward in the form, we're going to be moving in more just from our little spot, and we do move in Tai Chi. So there in Tai Chi, we can move in various directions. You've already seen our body shifting. We shift left, we shift right, we step out, and we move forward with our body. But we can move forward with multiple steps. So we want to talk about taking multiple steps and how that can help us move, and how we can still keep our proper footwork and body shape. I've got some lines here to help us out. I also have angled lines, but I don't think they're too visible, but you know what 45 degrees is now. So let's just talk a little bit. I'm going to stand here. I'm going to stand on these two. And I'm going to do bow step. I'm going to shift a little bit to my right. You can do this with me. We're going to just have an upright position, natural bend for our first bow step. So when I shift to the right, this middle of my body is going in that direction, and my weight gets heavier on that leg. It's a little heavy. So when I shift, you see that shift. I'm going to be able then to turn this left foot on the heel 45 degrees. Then I can move towards that bend. This is just what we've done, but on the other side. Now I'm going to, my weight's heavier on that left leg. I have my heel up on the right. I can pick up that foot, put it straight forward, and then it's on the heel edge. Heel, ball, toes down, and then I bend the knee. So that's one of the things we're going to refresh ourselves on as we practice this. Okay, so let's stay here. And now what we're going to do is we're going to take another bow step. Well, I've got my weight on my left. This is your left leg. And so it's got weight there. I can't do anything with it. So I'm going to shift back and pivot that heel open. Okay. Now I've got to move in that direction. So I'm going to turn more towards that direction. Now for our practice here, we're just going to bring this foot right here. I'm going to actually put it down so that I can talk and you can rest for a minute. My weight's really heavy on the right, okay? I have to get into a bow step with this foot, which means it's got to be wide enough. If I just step here, it's not very wide, right? I've got to step out wide enough and move it forward. So that's what we're going to be doing, is we're going to be going from bow step to bow step. And there are a couple of keys that we're going to practice on. So one is reviewing what's happening with our upper body and our hips. And the other is how do we get wide enough, okay, for a bow step. So to start, we can go into a bow step, all right? You know a bow step now. Let's take your right foot. Put it at 45 degrees, all right? Put your right foot at 45 degrees and just step forward with the other foot into what your bow step would be and go into a bow step. This is 60% forward and 40% back. When I'm in a bow step, my torso is to my corner, whatever corner that is. It's at that corner. Remember when we shift back, what happens? If I shift back, my torso becomes a little bit more straight. It's not completely square. If I go forward, it turns. If I come back, it turns a little bit straight. And I'm hoping that by looking at these lines, you can see that. And shift back. All right. We're going to be using that, shifting and turning our torso. Same as what we've been doing in Grasp the Bird's Tail. All right, so let's go into our bow step. My 60% forward. My torso is open. Everybody shift back and feel your torso come a little more straight. Weight is in the back, but both feet are on the ground. But because I put weight back, this frees up this front foot. I'm going to pivot on the heel 45 degrees. And because I'd already turned my torso, I can do that. But I'm in for a moment, a position that I'm not going to stay in. I'm going to now move forward. But to move forward, I follow the direction of this front leg, which is turned out. So I have to turn more to go in that direction. And my torso is at the corner. And I've just brought that foot in a little bit just to help me find my balance for the moment. Because when I collect my body to the center, that's what my foot wants to do. It comes in to give me kind of a centered position. But now to get to a bow step, what do I have to do? I have to step wide enough and forward without it being so huge that I get double weighted. So I pick up the foot, step it forward wider, and move heel, ball, toe, and I bend the knee. And now my torso is open to the corner. Okay. We're going to do another one. Weight's too heavy in the front. I can't turn that foot. Shift back, see the little turn. Turn, pivot on the heel to 45 degrees. Move your weight, turning your torso in that direction. And that foot kind of comes to center a little bit. You can touch it down. But now I want to go into a bow step. So I step wide enough, heel touch, move forward, heel ball toe. And I could keep doing this. I could do this up and down the hallway. I could do it all the way around the room, turning around. We can take both steps forward forever in this kind of walking, sometimes called Tai Chi walking. Different people call Tai Chi walking different things. So just know that it's bow step to bow step. All right, we're going to do it again, and then we'll talk about a few more things about it. So come back. Let's go into a bow step where your left leg is forward and your right leg is back. Oh, I guess we just did that one. Let's put your left leg back at 45 degrees. And what is your right leg forward? All right. Now, just to remind you, when you're in this position, check this knee. Is it in line with the foot? Because you don't want it caving in like that. You want out because you want this crotch area, the quad, open rather than collapsing around the hips. You want your thigh bones are doing a job here to help you stay open. Your front leg is bent and your back leg is fairly straight, right? So that if you are like this, that's not quite right for a bow step. You want to be back leg fairly straight. Are you ready? Body is to the corner. As you shift back, body's a little more straight. You've released weight on the front leg. Pivot on the heel to the corner. Move, turn your body as you move towards that leg. Collect yourself at the center, then step out with your heel. Toe pointing forward. Heel, ball, toe, bend knee. Okay, back, turn, pivot, move forward, turning torso, hips there. Step out, torso to the corner. Move forward, bend knee. Another one. Shift back, open. Turn towards that leg. Collect yourself. Step out. Heel, ball, toe, bend knee. And each time, check that your quad is open. All right, let's just check in with that. Let's see how people are doing. Questions? Yes, Maria, go ahead.
I had a question. I just say, I'm so glad I shift back because I first learned it. It was just like walking. You don't shift back when you walk. When you take the bow step, you do have to make that little shift. And it really makes it's so important, I think.
Yes.
I didn't used to do it.
Well, that's an interesting point you bring up, Maria. In Tai Chi, if I say I want to go forward, I have to almost always go back first, and then I get to go forward. If I want to go to the right, I might have to go to the left first because we are always balancing our forward, back, and side to side. So that's a good thing to keep in mind, that you might have to go back before you can go forward. Okay?
Thank you. It's really
Sure. Okay, other questions? Where is Elizabeth? I want to know how that, Elizabeth, you don't even have to speak, but how's that torso turning going for you?
Yeah, it's okay. Thank you.
It's okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So in this exercise, we're not using the clock because I'm facing you, but we could. If my facing you is 12 o'clock, I'm turning to 1:30 or I'm turning to 10:30. Okay. All right. Other questions? We're going to do a little more Tai Chi walking. Okay. Any other questions? Okay. Let's go over one thing before we do that. Let's talk about that heel ball toe. And I'm going to be from the side this way. I'm in my bow step here. This is my back leg. This is my front. For me, this is a right bow step. So I'm going to go into my next bow step. My torso is to my corner here. I shift back and open. I turn and move towards this leg. I collect myself. I step. Now, Here I'm on my heel edge, right? When I move forward, first the whole heel comes down. Now I feel the middle, toes are down, but I'm not yet bent. Then I bend. All right. So when we have our bow step, and I know we've done this, but each time we have to think about it, expand and deepen our knowledge. When, I'll go this way, when I have my heel down, my weight is back. My weight's back. When I move forward, I never just put the toe down like this. Watch my weight here. See how I just put it down as if I was going to tap my toe? We don't do that. We always move. Move. So I want you to try this with me. So you're in a bow step. You're going to get ready for a bow step. And you're going to put the heel forward. Heel forward. All right. But your heel is touching. This back knee's over the foot. Your heel is there. If you are going to move forward to put the toe down, you move, but there's not a bent knee yet. Move. Move. All right, now come back. Move, toe down, bend knee. All right, let's do it again. I'm seeing bodies moving, okay? Heel, ball, toe down, bend. Good, let's do it one more time. Heel, full heel, ball, toe, bend. All right. That's going to be so important as we move ahead with our steps. It's important now. It's important in Grasp the Bird's Tail, but we had a lot to deal with to get into that. But now as we go, especially for our next move, it's going to be quite important. So let's go ahead and do our Tai Chi walking, and you can check yourself as you move forward and put that toe down. Are you still holding enough space that you can then bend? Because remember the timing issue. If I do this, heel, toe, oh, I have nothing left where I'm doing my energy. So I have to have, when I get that toe down, I've still got something left to bend with. All right, let's do our Tai Chi walking. Get yourself, we'll start from a space of feet shoulder width apart. We're not really using our arms right now. You can put them on your side. You can hold them. You can, if you'd like, if you have more experience and you want to do something with your arms, you can, but we're working on our lower body here. I'm going to shift this way. You're shifting. I'll have you go this way to your left. So you're going to go to your left, like left brush knee. Shift a little left. It frees up this right foot. Turn 45 degrees. Torso, is it going to the corner? Move towards that. And then step out. Heel touch. Heel, ball, toe, bend knee. The first one's a little bit different. Okay, now body is to your corner. Shift back and you feel that body turns a little bit. Hips and torso. Open that foot. Now you're going to turn everything towards that foot that's open. Come to the center and then heel touch. Heel, ball, toe, you've moved. Now bend the knee. Okay, torso to the corner. Shift weight back. More square. Pivot, open. Move weight towards that front foot. Torso there. Foot in. Step out. Heel, ball, toe. Have some left and bend knee. Shift back. Pivot to the corner. Turn, move towards that leg, that foot, and step wide. Heel, ball, toe, bend knee. Okay, shift back. It turns a little bit. Frees up this foot, open. Turn, move towards that foot. Collect yourself. Step. Heel, ball, toe. I'm running out of room there for your sight. Okay, we'll stop there. All right, let me clarify again in case it went by too fast what I mean by collect yourself. When I'm standing here, when I have my feet separated, there's a part of my body that's a center of gravity that's equal distance between the feet. that center of gravity will operate throughout Tai Chi. When I'm in a bow step here and I have my feet apart, there's still a center of gravity, this pole, this vertical line. And so if I tilt that line or I go way out of that line, I'm going to lose my balance. So when I shift and open and I move towards this foot, I have to feel like I can collect my middle over this weighted foot. That'll give me strength. So when I do that, this foot comes in. It's like keeps my whole middle together. I call it collecting myself. A teacher showed me that. I love it. Then I step out, and as I move forward, that then my center comes in between the two legs again. See, I've moved over. So if you ever watch someone on a tightrope, I'm no tightrope artist, but if they're on a tightrope and they have to stand they have to get one foot in front of the other, the way they keep their balance is always by having their center over the weighted foot. So it moves over. Then I can pick up this foot. I put it down. My center is now going to shift this other way. Center over. Pick it up. So let's do that together, okay? We're going to do it with this footwork. This is actually something later on in the form that you do. So we're equal, right? We have a center of gravity, but we need to get our weight over to this side, what your left side is. So I stay stacked. That means my shoulders, my hips, and my knees and ankles are aligned. I'm going to move everything in one unit over to this side. Now I've got my weight, my center over here. This foot should feel much lighter. It should feel like it kind of moves, right? Comes with me to center, or it can be out. Put it down and come back to your center. Now let's go this way. Center, shift, come over. See, you're over here. So now this foot's nice and free. And then it'll come out and back. So when we're going to go this way, our close step, we have to get our center of gravity and our shifting weight over to that leg so that this leg is free and come back. All right? We don't have much time, but how about we do grasp the bird's tail again from opening just to enjoy it, okay? I'll call it out and we'll all do it together. And, concentrate on whatever makes sense to you, but enjoy your Tai Chi. Kind of let your mind free up a little bit to the extent you can, all right? So from the end of opening, all right, from here, because we're low on time. Grasp the bird's tail, ward off left. Shift, there's your center of gravity. Open. Move. Bend. Weights on the right leg. Close step. Ward off left. Arm to 3 o'clock. Ward off right. Turn and pivot. Back and grab. Arms are open. Get your center of gravity over to the left. That foot's free to close step. Ward off right. Roll back. Turning. Oh, that's such a nice waist turn. And come back. Shifting back. Press. Palm on. Expand forward. You're looking forward. Push. Open square. And then come back over that ball. Arms and legs will work together as you push forward and finish there. All right. Well, that brings us to the end of our class today. And so are there any final questions, urgent demands, burning issues that you want to ask? If not,
Judy, that's good.
okay, good. Well, I hope so. And we'll close and do our salute. Okay. Thank you, everyone. Looking forward to seeing you next week. We have an exceptional new. Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Great.
Yep.
Good to see you.
Thanks, Judy.
Thank you, Judy.
Thank you.
Thank
Thanks,
you,
everybody. Hey, Michelle. Hey, Linda, how did your hips do?
Tommy had to say hi.
Okay. There he
Hey,
is.
Judy.
Yes.
Say hi to Judy. Say hi
Yes,
to Judy,
Dave.
Tommy. Say hi.
I'll let everybody bail out.
Okay, Dave has a question. Let me just ask Linda, how did your hips do?
I was working on keeping them looser. Yeah, I have other questions too, but it seems to me that the Tai Chi Walking, it would diagram really well. Do you know what I mean by that? It seems it's a pattern
Mhm.
that repeated, and I'd love to get a diagram of that.
Well, interesting you said that. We were at a class this weekend where somebody did diagram it. Rita, do you think we have access to that? You're muted, Rita. You're muted.
I'll find that. I remember that they had it for all the forms. I don't know if they had it for
Okay,
like
we can
walking.
work on that. Okay, and Rita's an engineer; she's really good with these things. So we'll see, we'll see. But you're right; it does diagram really well. So let me see what we can come up with for that. Okay,
Because it's just feet.
it's just feet, right?
It's
Yes,
just the-
yes. Okay, Dave, you had a question, and Rita, have you stopped the recording?
I have
Not. I don't. Have you?
not.
Let's stop it. Okay. Yeah,
It's
we should always stop it right